Good morning, students. Our guest is going to arrive any time from now. She is from Mexico. She is going to teach a lesson. Yes, let us see. Yes, she has just joined.
Hello.
Mildred, welcome. Welcome to India.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? How about you?
Everything is fine. Hi, thanks for the invitation.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure to have you in our Zoom class. So all students are requested to turn your videos on so that our guest speaker can see you. Bhargav, Sai, Sneha, Varshita, turn your cameras on. Please turn your cameras on. Okay. Mildred, may I call you as Mildred, or is there any other name which I use to address you? What is the best way to address you?
No, Mildred is fine.
Okay. So Mildred, could you please introduce yourself? Say something about yourself.
Beg your pardon?
Say something about yourself before I ask my students to introduce themselves.
Okay, I live in Mexico. It is a center. It is 1 hour from Mexico City. The name is Puebla. And I live here. I know it's too hot. Well, I don't think it is too hot.
It's very hot in India. We are all in summer season right now. We experience the temperature ranging from 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And as we see the summer, maybe May, June, May, the temperature soars up to even 50. So very, very hot in southern part of India. That's very hot.
My husband is descendant of Indians. His parents are from Gujarat.
Oh, Gujarat. So lucky enough. So we are lucky enough to have a Indian related family in this Zoom session. So I think you might have shared.
Yeah, I know how to cook dupata, and I know how to cook some Indian food and species and garam masala and all that. So my husband calls me an Indian too. I'm an Indian Mexican.
What is what is your favorite Indian recipe? What is your favorite Indian recipe?
My
What
favorite
is your
Indian recipe.
yeah?
Well, there is something I really like so much, and it is the black tea with the species and milk. And that is a
Yeah.
tea, but for example, I have sinus, and like all my nose and everything here hurts a lot. So my husband, he drinks a lot of tea all the time, but for us, it's very strong. Mexican food is strong, but Indian is like 500 stronger, so it's too hot, too spicy, so it's it's too much. But he used to drink a lot this black tea. I don't know the name of this black tea. It is what is the name of the tea?
Yeah, you mean the brand of the tea? Brand name of the tea? Taj
It
Mahal.
is black
Actually, in
tea.
India,
They
which
put it
tea?
like a lot of spices and then milk,
Mhm.
and um
Ginger
it
tea?
is like coffee, pretty much like coffee, but
Is it a ginger tea? Just
it
masala
has
tea?
become very popular lately.
Masala tea. Masala tea.
No, no, I will remember. But I drank, and all my sinus free.
Oh,
No problems with my nose, nothing. Very good, very good. And then he likes so much um what is the name? It has so many strange names. I cannot remember. But for example, here in Mexico, you buy the spices. They are already done. But in India, it's not like that. You have to prepare your masala. And then you have to buy all the ingredients, and then you have to prepare it from zero. So, it's like, and for example, in Mexico, we put like, for example, some spices, we let it in the soup, and once it tastes the flavor, we remove it. But Indians, no, they want to have they want to see all the spices in the plate, right? So it is very different. And for example, the way that for example the way he eats, we eat also with the fingers, and then we sit on the floor.
so Indians way of eating style and the way of eating food and maybe the making the food is quite different from the rest of the world. So how Indian food is different? In Indian food, each and every recipe there are lots of spices. So spicy food is part and parcel of Indians. So no day passes without eating the spicy food. So that's why I don't know the reason, but right from the beginning of the Indian generation, starting way back a long time ago, but we are so used to eating this spicy food. But I must tell you one thing that eating spicy food is not good for health. And the reasons are
Yes.
usually what happens in India, most of the people they die of heart attack and some other diseases. Especially the heart failure is the one of the major concern in India. And it must be. I think the fact of the matter is that the spicy food is must have been the major reason for this cardiac arrest. I must say that. But taking the spicy food in little quantity is always good. But in another scenario, that spicy is sometimes good for health. For example, you have just mentioned that sinus problem. So when you take the medicinal value content tea, yes, that's good for health. But taking the too much of spicy food in our daily food intake is definitely not going to help you anymore. And in turn, it reflects your health hazards, health problems. It's going to affect, it's going to have its impact on your health. So, but anyhow, taking anything in limit is always better for health. It's always good for health. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me,
How much English do they know?
yes. How much?
How much English do they know?
Yeah, my students are little better than intermediate. I think, yeah, their levels are far below the intermediate. So you can see the students English right now. I would like to start with one of the most junior students in this class, that is Jagadesh. So he is in sixth grade right now, and you can see how he is going to interact with you. Jagadish, I start with you. Say good evening to ma'am, because Mildred is from Mexico. In Mexico, it is almost evening time. It's almost evening, maybe actually it's evening time. So wish her good evening and introduce yourself, Jagadish.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
My name is Jagdish. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become an army person.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, ma'am. What is your favorite book, ma'am?
Where do I work, or what do I do for living?
What is your favorite book, ma'am?
My favorite book?
Yes, that is what.
Yes, ma'am.
Al Quran, the Quran. The Quran is my favorite book. But do you want to see how many books do I have? Those are my books.
It looks like a mini library is there in your home. It looks like a mini.
Yeah. And I printed. Those are printed books, because here we don't know much about Islam, so I have to print them. All my books are printed. Printed, everything printed. Mm-hmm. So you see how many books do I have? Instead of buying clothes, I buy books. I print books.
So Jagadish also, I think we have to learn a lot from our teachers, because she is giving the highest priority for the books rather than for the clothes. So as a learner, we should give first priority to the books rather than giving for the clothes. Usually what happened, Mildred, in India, we are so passionate about buying the clothes rather than the books. And these days, due to the onslaught of technology evolution, most of the people have forgotten buying the books. They're simply browsing the online books rather than going for the physical books. So, what do you say about this trend, this new trend?
I bought also Indian food. Like, for example, this is Indian. And I have dresses that are Indian too. They have beautiful fabric and very cheap, alhamdulillah. So yeah, but you know, I don't know if it's my internet, my audio, but I hear you very low. So I wanted to see if I can get my earpieces.
Yes, please. You can go and bring your earpiece.
Inshallah. Honestly, just go. I'll go. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. So you can see my house also. Okay, so who is going to ask me?
Yeah, Kaushik, get ready. Kaushik, it's your turn now. Kaushik.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am. Good
which-
evening.
Hi. Would you like to meet my mom?
Ma'am.
Hi. Do you want to meet my mom? Dile mamá, hola. Ma.
it's
Dile, hola. Me invitaron a conocer niños, son de la India. Un profesor, él es profesor de inglés y ellos son los niños.
Oh, mira.
nice to meet you, ma'am.
Okay.
¿De India la conoció?
Mira, she's my daughter. Say hi.
Hi.
How are you?
She also knows English.
How many languages does your daughter speak?
I
How
speak
many languages?
here only Spanish, but I speak like Spanish, English. I'm learning Italian, Arabic, French, and German.
Oh, so that means
And inshallah, Urdu also.
It means
Gujarati also, inshallah. One by one.
it means that you are a polyglot. Polyglot means someone who learns the many languages.
Languages are very good because you're learning also the culture and you're learning how to communicate with people. But the most important or the biggest are the Chinese, then the Arabs, the Arabic, the Chinese, the Arabic, then the Urdu. Urdu with Hindi. Urdu and Hindi are in third place. So it is very important to speak several languages.
Definitely, but it's not possible for all the people to master all languages. I think it needs a lot of passion and perseverance and commitment and dedication. And these are the qualities are needed to learn any new language. But you are
Yes.
so great. You are so great to have learned these all languages. But for ordinary men and women, it's not possible to master all these languages. Yes. Kaushik, it's your turn. Ask the question. Kaushik.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. My name is Kaushik Sai Pawan. I'm studying 6th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is become a policeman. What is your hobbies, ma'am?
My hobbies are to read and to help people. I am a teacher from 2,000 students around the world. So, you want to become a police?
Yes, ma'am.
Subhanallah. And how is the situation in India? Like, isn't it too dangerous? For example, here in Mexico, it's very dangerous, you know?
Kaushik, how safe it is in India to live? And she says that living in Mexico is dangerous. So, is the same situation prevailing in our country? Do you think that living in India is safe or dangerous? What do you say about your opinion? What do you say about that?
We live in India is safe.
I like how beautiful the trees are behind you. Here, I used to live in a place called Veracruz, and I used to live in a ranch with no lights, and you used to pull the water like this with ropes, and no light, no electricity, and they used to have a lot of mangoes. So it's really beautiful. It is near the beach. It is called Acayucan, Veracruz. So my great grandparents were from there. So I love vegetations. I love trees.
Right. Right. So have you ever been to India? You are saying that your husband belongs to India. Your husband is a descendant of India. So have you been to India?
No, I haven't. You know, he said that India is not so safe, especially for women. is what he said. I don't know, maybe he's too jealous. I don't know. You have to tell me if he was telling the truth or not.
I don't think so. I don't agree with him being an Indian, to be honest. But there are a few incidents where the women actually were proved to be unsafe in India. But at the same time, you cannot apply the same maybe the rule to all the women that visit India. Yes, if you take decisions in India, because you have an advantage of having an Indian husband, because he knows what are what are the bases that he has to protect his wife in India during the stay. What should he do? What he should not do? Because there are a few areas, restricted areas, and at the same time there are a few timings you should not come outside in India. So if you follow those norms, by and large, India is safest place for women. But I can't say safest, but there are a few things you need to take care of in order to keep safety in India. I think you can definitely visit India because your husband is also from Gujarat. I think there is not much threat for the woman as he suggested. I don't agree with him, but you should take some measures. That's very important.
Yes, I also think that depending on the part that we are going to. For example, he's from Gujarat. They are from Gujarat. No,
we are from Andhra Pradesh. We are from Andhra Pradesh, and it is also one of the states little far away from Gujarat. Little far away from Gujarat. We are from.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Bhargav, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am. My name is Bhargav. I am studying 6th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My life ambition is to become an army person.
Yeah, mashallah. Wow, that's, I wanted to go to the army. But the problem about here in Mexico is that they put so many prohibitions. And one of the prohibitions were like some like not wearing tattoos and everything. So they put so many prohibitions that it is almost impossible to come in. But I have relatives, my cousin was from military, very disciplined people, very, very disciplined people.
So Bhargav, after becoming a military man, what's your ambition? What's your ambition in life? Do you have anything in mind? Your ambition is just to become a military personnel, or do you have something in mind after becoming a soldier for India? Do you want to achieve something as a soldier? Do you have something in mind?
To protect India.
Yeah. So you want to protect India.
You are very educated. They are very educated boys. For example, if I teach you how my students are in Mexico, they are very spoiled and they do not behave good. They sometimes disrespect teachers. That is a sickness of youth today here in Mexico. You just take care of your values. Take care of your values. It is very important to be educated.
Actually, the same unruly students are there in our school also. There are a few students who are quite unruly. They don't respect the teachers. Even though they come across the teachers, they don't even wish them, whether it is good morning or good evening or something like that. So there has been even in India also. There has such a culture in India, and where the students don't treat the teachers well. But the students who are The students whom you see right now on the screen are so dedicated and passionate about achieving something in their life. That's why they made it to the this Zoom class. They are so determined to learn English. They're so determined to practice their English. That's why they are so deserved any honor. Bhagyasri, it's your turn. Bhagyasri. Bhagyasri,
Hi,
introduce
ma'am.
yourself.
Hi,
Good evening, ma'am.
good evening.
My name is Bhagyasri. I'm studying 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes,
What is your favorite language, ma'am?
my favorite language. Okay, obviously after Arabic, it has to go, and then the name is Polish, but I hear it very beautiful, but I haven't studied. Why? Because I'm putting all my energies to study Arabic for reading and recitation Quran, but one of my favorite language is Polish. Polish, very beautiful. If you have any opportunity of watching any interview in Polish or any songs in Polish, very beautiful language. Very beautiful language. I also like Urdu, but Polish is one of my favorites as I don't know any word in Polish. I like to hear it only.
Yeah, Mildred, what made you to develop love for this special language Polish? And is there any special reason? Is it only the sound that the language makes is beautiful, or are there any other reasons for liking this particular language?
Yes. You're making the questions before? You're making questions to me, Hari?
So
You did questions?
my
No.
question so today is a festival day in this part of my village. Festivity is actually happening in this part of my village. And as you know that I don't know whether your husband belongs to Muslim. Your microphone.
In Mexico, it is so noisy. Right now, it is silence because it is night. But here, the gas, they sell food, they sell oranges, they sell bread. Oh, everything noisy. Mexico is so noisy. My husband says, "Oh, for example, I always said I love it in the street. You know, people here in Mexico, they are very humble. They like to eat even standing. So they eat tacos in the street. You know." So I said, you know, I said to my husband, I like when people are very simple, they can eat anywhere, they can eat anything. And they say, if you go to India, you will love it because people is very, very humble. And he said, and it is also as noisy as Mexico. So he says, if you go to India, you will love it. So that's the reason why I'm laughing. Right now it's quiet because it is in the night. But if not, it will be very noisy. Let me see if you can actually see the street.
Let me get
One day I will, when I go to the downtown, I will invite you so you can see, because one of my cities is one of the most beautiful and most antiques. I don't think that you can actually see something, but let's go to see.
Students are requested to look at this outside of Mildred home and how the night view looks like.
I don't know how the houses are in India, but this is how our house is like.
Yeah, it's looking quite
no trees.
beautiful.
You can see no trees. There are no many trees. Let me see. So there are no many trees, and all is pavement, no trees and only pavement.
Yes.
If you can tell, no trees, 0 trees. We
Mildred,
do have 1 tree here,
yeah, Mildred,
but we planted.
what time is it now over there? What time is it now over there? It's 11:30 or 12 o'clock?
11:30. 11:30.
11:30. It's almost bedtime for Mildred. Just for the sake of our session, she was up, and we are really thankful to you, Mildred. Next, Nagalakshmi, it's your turn, please. Nagalakshmi.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you, ma'am?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
My name is Nagalakshmi. I'm studying 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. My question is, what is your favorite subject, ma'am?
Oh, my favorite subject right now is studying my religion. That is my favorite subject. For example, here in Mexico, I will be like a lawyer. So a person that knows a lot of the law, it is like a lawyer. So I'm studying for becoming a lawyer of our legislation in our faith. So I have to study a lot. You know, you have to study like pretty much like 30 years. You know, so these things are serious when you really like to do something. You go step by step, but it is a long journey. But you will enjoy it. And what is your favorite subject?
English, ma'am.
MashaAllah. Wow, that's so crazy. I studied, for example, American first. I studied 25 years American. And when I went to England, people were so polite, so polite. They didn't discriminate the fact that I was from Mexico. They didn't discriminate the fact that I was wearing a veil, because here in Mexico, they don't like women using veil. They don't like it. But when I went to England, everybody treated me so good. I said, I'm going to learn British accent. So that's the reason why I have British accent right now. Because of people who were very polite, I decided to change my accent.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Varshita, it's your turn. Varshita.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Turning your camera.
Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Good
I
evening,
don't see
ma'am.
you. Good evening.
My name
I
is
can see
Vashita.
you.
My name is Vashita. I'm studying 9th grade. My hobbies are reading books and playing games and watching TV. Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes.
What is your teaching philosophy, ma'am?
Pardon? Could you please repeat
Ask
again?
one more time, Varshita.
What is your teaching philosophy?
Oh, why do you make so difficult questions? Subhanallah, you have such an intelligence, you know, mashallah. Okay. I like to motivate people, you know. I don't only teach a subject. I don't only teach English. I don't only teach Islam. I teach people to be inspired to become leaders. So every student that I have, I always demand them to become leaders. So I polish them like if they were diamonds. If they have problems and insecurity, if they are very nervous, I try to push them to the limits so that they can be the best. Why? Because I need to tell you a story. When I was very young, here in Mexico, they only have 2 types of students, the good students and the bad students. And in Mexico, we tell the intelligence and the non-intelligent people. So I was not intelligent for them. So they made me study again 1 year, and it was very traumatizing for me because I lost my friends, and I was very shy, and I was having a lot of problems for studying. So I decided, all the teachers quit on me because they couldn't teach me. So I decided, I don't need teachers. I'm going to be a student. I'm going to be my teacher, and I'm going to teach myself. So I developed new techniques, and now I'm helping the people not to feel and not to make them feel and not to leave anyone behind. Because here, so many teachers only want money, and they are not interested in education. So I'm not like that. I like to develop all the skills of my students. So I have a strong philosophy of teaching. I want every of my students become leaders.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. I don't hear. You are in mute, teacher.
It's my mistake. Sai Sneha, it's your turn. Sai Sneha. Sai Sneha, go ahead and ask a question.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
My name is Sai Sneha. I'm studying 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My question is, what is the favorite place in your country?
What is my favorite place? The place that I like to be, or the place that I like to visit?
In your country.
Well, my favorite place is my city, the downtown. In my city, the downtown is one of my favorite places in the world. Why? Because it is very antique. It has it was being made in century 15, and all the architecture is very Spaniard, and it has beautiful buildings. Every time I'm there, I feel like in another age, and I feel so peace and so happy watching all the art of the human.
Next, any more questions from any participants? Because we have last 2 minutes time is left. Anybody else? Anybody wants to ask a question? Anyone else? Okay. It seems that nobody have the questions here. Mildred, could you please give us a final message? Could you please give us a final message to my students?
Yes, English is so important. It's so important. For example, anything that you would like to study, go and search in Wikipedia. How many files do you have in Spanish? Go and search how many do you have in French and how many do you have in English. Like, for example, if you search in English, you will have even the triple of research. So everybody has to speak English in order to communicate. English opened the doors for many things. I have worked for Syrian, for Palestinians. I have worked from Egyptians. I have worked for many people around the world, Americans, English. If you don't know English, you will not be able to communicate like we are communicating right now. I don't know your language. You don't know my language, but we can communicate through English. So it is very important. You can become an ambassador of your own country, of your own place. So it is very beautiful. Do not quit it. And also, I had some teachers of English that have little, like, for example, my first teacher was my father. And he only taught me what it is a pencil. What it is a pen. That's the only thing he taught me. But because he inspired me, now I have a very high level of English. So it doesn't matter how little knowledge the person can give you, you can advance even more by your own means, right? So I appreciate your investigation, Harry, and I appreciate so much that you invited me. It was a beautiful knowing your students and knowing that they are very polite